Morning, student. And this book is It So Happened, the supplementary reader for you. And the first chapter, How the Camel Got His Hump, has been finished. And second chapter is Children at Birth. And the first step of the reading of this chapter. So I read this chapter. You focus. There are many reasons why children have to work. Some help their family make a livelihood. Others who run away from unhappy homes need to support themselves. Children who have to work can't go to school and play like other children of their age. First, Venu, an 11-year-old boy, ran away from his home. He wandered around for hours before getting on a train to Chennai without a ticket. Tired and hungry, he did not know where to go when a stranger at the station shouted a word at welcome. When the Kanyakumari Express pulled in at Chennai Center, it took Velu some time to get off. When he finally stood on the platform, his leg felt wobbly, as if he was still on a moving train. Oh, out of the way, a porter went by the loaded trolley. Velu jumped aside. He sat on a bench on the platform, putting his small bundle down. In all his 11 years, he had never seen so many people, except once a year at the fair in his village. People walked by, bumping into him with their suitcase. A voice announced something for on a loudspeaker. Near him, a group of people sat on their luggage, looking at a TV hanging from the roof. The noise was terrible. Velu put his head down on his knee, feeling miserable and exhausted. He had run away. He had run away from his village 2 days ago. For 2 days he had eaten nothing but some peanut and piece of jaggery. In his bundle he carried a shirt, a towel and a comb. He had walked for most of the first day to Kannur and then got on the train to Chennai. Velu had no money for a ticket, but luckily the ticket collector did not come to unreserved compartment. He had tried to sleep on the floor near the door. A group of men next to him had played cards and shouted all night. "Oh, what new to called out a rough voice. Velu opened his eyes. There were a lot of people standing around, but nobody was looking at him. Here, he turned around. Behind him was a girl around his own age, wearing a long banyan that came down to her knee. Her hair was stiff and brownish, and she had a huge sack on one shoulder. She was picking up dirty plastic cups from the floor and stuffing them into her sack. "Why is she calling me?" thought Velu. "And why is a girl wearing a banyan?" बनियान टाइप का है माय डियर स्टूडेंट. "No need to stare stupidly. What is your name?" "Velu," muttered Velu, looking away. "So, Mr. Velu," said the girl, looking at his bundle, "run away from home?" Velu did not answer. He did not want to tell some strange girl what he had done. He had run away because he could not stand his father's beating him for one more day. His father would snatch away all the money Velu and his sister earned and spent it on drink. Don't think I don't know. This place is full of children like you. So, what are you going to do here? Become rich? She sat down next to him. Velu shifted away slightly. He felt hunger pinching him and pressed his stomach with a grimace. Hungry? Asked the girl. You would not get food by sitting here gloomily, making face. I can find some if you want. She picked up her sack and started to walk away. Velu stay on the beach. What should he do? Should he follow, disappearing into the crowd? So he had to make up his mind quickly. All right, he decided. Anyway, I have no idea where to go. He jumped up and ran after her. She was not even looking back to see where he was. Second, he caught up with the girl as he was leaving the station. When they got to road, Velu found that the vehicles kept coming and never stopped for anyone. Smoke and dust flew at him from all sides, making his head spin. They had to wait for a long time before they could find a gap to run through. Velu kept hesitating, and the girl finally dragged him to other side. What do you think you are doing, grazing cows? If you stand around in the middle of the road like that, you will be chutney. चटनी मीन्स आप चटनी बन जाओगे. इस तरीके से रोड पर खड़े होगे तुम्हारी चटनी बन जाएगी. वेलू हार्ट वाज स्टिल बीटिंग फास्ट. He looked back at Central Station and the traffic speeding by. How had they managed to come through that? They walked along the side of the road under some huge signboard. Velu looked up at the picture. Vanyan's car tire, pen, a woman holding a box. The writer was all in English, so he did not know what it meant. The girl turned onto a wide bridge and walked away. Velu stopped and peeped over the railing under him. The road ran into the city. In the distance, he could see huge buildings and towers and more road. See that big building with the wall around it. If you are not careful, you will soon be counting war there. The girl grinned and pointed at the huge building. Velu squinted and read the Tamil sign. Central Jail? Why? I have not done anything wrong. You don't have to do anything. Just don't get caught. That's all. What does she mean? Velu wondered. Meanwhile, the girl was already heading down the bridge with the sack off her shoulder. What was in it? He had seen her putting plastic cup into it at the station. What are you carrying in that bag? Think bottle paper. Velu wondered what she was doing with them, but he felt shy to ask any more questions. It was still morning, but the sun blasted down on the top, and Velu's bare feet burned. It was not like walking on a mud road. He was soaked with sweat. He tried hard to walk in the shade and keep up with the girl at the same time. She walked really fast. How far away was the food? After almost an hour of walking, they stopped in front of a big